Party people, what's up? It is Mike Schulte from the Pork Tornadoes. Yeah, you knew it was coming when we're like, we're going to do these every week. You knew. You've seen this in the past. You've seen how we've reacted where we've done one and then waited like 4 years to do another one. But I'm not going to let that happen, okay? We got a lot going on, okay? We have sick kids all the time, and even when we try to get together like a couple weekends ago to spend some time in the studio, my kid has to go to the hospital because of RSV, and so we didn't even really get to do that. But listen, okay? I'm going to at least make this happen. I've got some special info for you. I'm going to tease some new songs that are going to be hitting the set list here this fall, into the winter, into the spring. I'm going to tell you maybe a new date and the return of the Knox Blocks fundraiser thing we did, but changed up a little bit this year. I'm going to drop some brand new 2026 dates on you. But first, we got to go back in time. When we did our last one, this was from the Sylvie in Madison. It was the some sort of huge cheese festival, which on paper you're like, yeah, that sounds kind of dumb. And then you get there and you get to try some of the greatest cheeses in the world during your set break. I had a cheddar that they said was aged like 47 years, and it made its way, older than I am, to this plate that was handed to me inside of the Sylvie, which is one of the best venues in the world in Madison, Wisconsin. And I ate it, and then I proceeded to try to fill up a to-go bag of every little piece of cheese they would give me to take home, to then eat for the next week and feel terrible because all I ate was cheese for about a week. That cheese party was awesome. If you get a chance to go to it next year, I think you should. My wife was basically like, I don't care if you're playing, we're going to it, because she loves cheese, obviously. And then in September, end of September, we played in Johnston at that beautiful town hall in Johnston, the outside little venue. Second year in a row, absolutely incredible, perfect weather. But for many of you that were there, you heard us announce that Mason and his wife were expecting their baby any minute, like any minute. And he was still at the show. You know, we have a job to do. We're there to play. But what you don't know is that he had his cell phone sitting off by our crew, and Kathy, his wife, could call at any point to reach his phone, to reach our crew, to say, hey, Mason, he's got to go. And she called like as we hit our last note of that show. We said, thank you very much. And Mason was in his car within 5 seconds, speeding home to welcome in a beautiful, healthy boy into the world. So it was amazing sometimes how the timing of that works out. But congrats to those guys. That makes 8 total kids in the Pork Tornadoes. When we started this thing 18 years ago, we were just a college band, and nobody could have ever imagined that we'd still be here, and that we would be receiving phone calls from our wives to our roadies to tell us that a child is being born. It's nuts, but it's honestly the greatest thing we've ever done. And now there's definitely a lot more meaning to what we do and to life. And I'm very happy to have entered this stage of life of like, you know what, the band, I'm so lucky to be in this band, but we got a job to do, and then I got to get home. We take our job seriously, but also a more important job than me playing drums in this band is being at home with my 2 little kids. So that was incredible. And then short turnaround, Mason welcoming a new baby into the world. Then we're in Waverly in early October for their Oktoberfest. I know there's an Oktoberfest on every corner. There really is. But they're not all created equal. And the Waverly one, top notch. Great beer selection, great games to play, great things for the kids. Even our buddies Cedar Ridge, you love when Cedar Ridge rolls up with their mobile bar trailer. So they were serving some cocktails. We played the show. Second year in a row, we hope to be back. That's an incredible Oktoberfest. And then we went up to Grand Falls Casino in Larchwood, Iowa on October 17th. If you've never been to this casino, I can understand why. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. It's on the border of Iowa, South Dakota, and Minnesota. I never even knew it existed. I never knew there was a town called Larchwood, Iowa. And so we played there, ticketed indoor event in their beautiful ballroom, and I was blown away. Like, that's definitely a destination casino for all you guys in Northwest Iowa. Awesome room. We had a great time. I'm assuming we're going to be back. The staff was incredible. They treat you well. So be on the lookout for any entertainment that you can find up at Grand Falls Casino. They're top notch up there. And then last weekend we were at the incredible Castle Theater in Bloomington, Illinois. That's our third trip to Bloomington, Illinois. And I'll never forget, I think it was earlier this year, we went to play there for the first time. We're like, man, we don't know anybody in this town. We've never been to this venue. How are we expecting to sell tickets here? And like 300 people came through the door, bought tickets to see us, and made us feel unbelievably welcome. It's a weird thing to try to explain to people. Forming a band and then putting countless amounts of hours and energy into the band to then take it somewhere where you don't know anyone and just cross your fingers that they will like come to see you and like what you do. It's a very vulnerable moment, but when people actually do show up, it's probably one of the best moments in the world. And again, this is our second time back to Castle Theater. Unbelievable night. We had a moment where it's what my nightmares are made out of, but we're ready to roll, and the countdown clock, you've seen it on the wall, the countdown clock's going. I want to dance with somebody's going, and we're backstage, comes down to about 30 seconds left, and Mason's looking at his guitar going, I got no signal. So nightmare. God, I'm shuddering thinking about it. We had to basically go out there and turn off the countdown, play some music, wait for Mason to figure his thing out real quick. He figured it out, and then, go back to like 2 minutes left in the countdown so we could get back into the show. Oh, God, nightmare, but that's how it is with technology. Okay, I'm going to tease a new fundraiser here. I'm going to tell you about our upcoming shows, but I'm going to start off with, if you have been with us for a long time, you know that every Christmas season for like the last, 5 years, we've done an online virtual fundraiser with our friends at Knox Blocks Foundation. Last year was their last year of being the foundation. They've dissolved it. They've done incredible work, raised so much money, but it's time for them to move on with life. So I think drunkenly on Cedar Ridge and High Noon, of course, said, we'll do it again next year no matter what. And the time has come to basically start making this happen. So tentatively, mark December 21st in your calendar, Sunday. We'll go virtual again that evening like we always do to raise money for a foundation we've not yet settled on. But we're going to be doing it at Cedar Ridge Distillery in Swisher, Iowa. So that means we can actually sell 50, 60 tickets to it. We'll create some sort of a VIP experience where you get in, you get to see it live. There's food, there's drink, all kinds of fun stuff like that. So be on the lookout, pay attention to our socials, be on our email mailing list, because we will tell you about that. That will be sold out in a second because it will be a very, very high demand show. We may have to do some sort of raffle or something like that for those shows. So keep in mind, we will be announcing more on that. Coming up soon, November 14th, Friday in Coralville, Iowa at the Extreme Arena, we are opening up for Hairball. And I want to tell you a Hairball story. I come from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I've been playing music for, since I was 10, but I've been actively in this modern era playing cover music since about 2006, 2007. And Hairball's pretty much been around since then. And you always hear their name and you always see them on the big, huge shows. And you're like, they're not that good. I was in that camp. I see people online that say that all the time. Hairball's not that good. They're overrated. You're like, okay, sure. If you haven't seen Hairball, if you've never seen them or you haven't seen them in a long time, this is your wake-up call to go see them. They're better than they've ever been. They are the best band to ever do the tribute style show that they put on, as evident by every fucking band out there trying to do the exact same thing that Hairball's doing, and obviously not even close to what they can do. They're better than every band they're covering right now. and the variety's out of this world. And when we get to open up for them, it's so much fun. So we'll be on the stage playing songs that you never expected a hairball crowd to like, and we will be throwing that right in their faces and making them like it because it's fun and people love Taylor Swift when you got a couple beers in you. So we will be doing that. That is awesome. Grab your tickets for that. The following day, November 15th, we are back at the Slowdown in Omaha. This venue, if you've not been there, is one of my favorites to play. Every time we've been there, it's been closer and closer and closer to a sellout. So we're really hoping that this one's actually going to be a sellout. It's the energy's out of this world, the sound, the staff. Slowdown, November 15th. If you're anywhere near Omaha, get your tickets now because it's going fast. And then Friday, November 21st, our triumphant return to Val Air Ballroom in Des Moines. We're bringing XO Lex with us to open the show. If you haven't heard it yet, she is the one that duetted Mason on our cover of Lose Control, which you can hear on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all that stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to perform that live, and we are going to hit some new songs. Do you want to hear a teaser on the new songs? Okay. Keep in mind, these are all subject to change. You never know if we will pull it at the last second if it's not quite ready. And you never know. Sometimes we've played songs like 3 or 4 times and they don't land for one reason or another, and we pull them from the set. So if you want to hear these, you just got to get out to a show. We are going to do Pink Pony Club. People have been asking for it forever. It is time to do Pink Pony Club. We are adding in Bees in the Trap into the Halo medley. Obviously, if you don't know about that, you're not on the internets. We have a new Mike rap medley that I'm reluctant to tell you what songs are in it because it's going to be tough. It's going to be one of the toughest things I've ever pulled off. But it is The Next Episode, California Love, and Lose Yourself by Eminem. Whew, got my work cut out for me on that one. And by popular demand, and also just like a who cares, because we like to play it, we're going to start playing Enter Sandman by Metallica. So take it or leave it. And I'll let you try to guess who's going to sing that song. Could be anybody. Could be any of us. So you have to guess that. And one important fact that you need to know about this Val Air Ballroom show. The Val Air Ballroom show it's actually like a $20 ticket, $20 or $25 tickets. But when you factor in all of the unbelievable taxes and ticket fees and everything, it's like a $50 ticket now. They're doubling. And this is not First Fleet or Val Air anymore. This is just all the tickets nowadays, the fees that go into this. So what we want you to really know about this is that, no, we are not getting $50 from this venture, not even close. The fees are what is making the ticket price so much. They have this all-in ticketing law in America now, which is such garbage because now you won't even click the link because you're like, $50, what are we doing here? When it used to be you would at least get invested in it and then you could see where these extra stupid fees are coming from. So here's what you need to know. If you go to the box office at Val Air Ballroom, you can avoid pretty much all of those extra fees. You go there, type in Val Air Ballroom box office. I'm pretty sure it's on site. There is many ways to put a little more inconvenience into your life of driving somewhere, but saving ungodly amounts of money. And you're supporting us and local and business and everything by doing that. So please consider doing that. November 22nd, Saturday, the following day, we're in Fort Dodge at the Larimar Ballroom. Fort Dodge Firefighters fundraiser that they have going on there. Incredible venue. And like, I don't know what it is about us and firefighters and state patrol, but we get along real good with the firefighters, especially those in Fort Dodge. And obviously we've talked to you about our state patrol friends from like Ragbri and stuff. So get out, make a great effort to support these guys if you're near Fort Dodge. Then a tradition like no other, the day after Thanksgiving, Friday, November 28th, Clear Lake Surf Ballroom, the famous Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake, Iowa. I believe this is our 5th or 6th year doing this. I look forward to it every single year to just have me in the mood for the holidays, but also just to play that incredible venue. And we switched it up last year where the following day, the Saturday of Thanksgiving, we started playing in Dubuque at Q Casino. That show's going on as well, and that will be sold out by the time that comes along. So if you're in Dubuque, I'm pretty sure it's the cheapest ticket you'll find from us anywhere. I think it's like $10. So just buy those up if you're in Dubuque because you know you're going to want something to do on Saturday. A couple weeks after that, December 13th, we're at the Rust Belt in the Quad Cities with Fair Warning. Guys, Rust Belt's one of our favorite venues. It's incredible. We love being there. Come out and see us there. New show announcement. You heard it here first. December 20th, Saturday, at the Royal Hall, a brand new venue inside Ballpark Village in St. Louis, Missouri. People have been yelling at us to come to St. Louis forever. Fun fact, I am actually born and raised in St. Louis. I lived there for 14 years of my life before I moved to Iowa, and the majority of all my family still lives there. We go back a couple times a year. I've wanted to play St. Louis for a very, very, very long time, and this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure it's free. It's part of this kind of new venue thing where they're just getting people out to check it out. So if you know anybody in St. Louis, or you're over in Illinois or something like that, make plans to see us there. And of course, New Year's Eve, we are returning to Sioux City to the Hard Rock Casino. One of our favorites, great stage, great staff. And of course, you know, what I like to do, a little insight is whenever we play a casino, I like to arrive, trailer door comes down, crew starts taking stuff out. I immediately go to the floor of the casino. So picture me in Hard Rock in Sioux City. And I go to the ATM, I take out a couple $100 and I go do, and I sit down at a slot machine and then I just go, I just hit it as fast as I can and basically lose the $200 in about 5 minutes. And then I step back and I bow, and I've now appeased the casino gods for a thank you for allowing us to play their casino. And that then in turn basically makes us have the greatest show we've ever had. So I'm looking at Q Casino here. I'm looking at Hard Rock Casino. Those are going to be shows you're going to want to make because I will make my offering to the gods. I will lose my money, and then we are guaranteed a kick-ass show. So you should definitely check that out. Winter Games, Okoboji, Roof Garden. We are returning Saturday, January 24th. Let's hope for colder weather, better ice than they had last year. Usually it's the opposite. So if last year was tough, this year's going to be great. Make your plans. We are back in Madison, Wisconsin on January 30th at the High Noon Saloon. And February 28th, this is a hot item. We are playing probably our biggest show ever in Cedar Rapids at the Alliant Energy Powerhouse. We got a surprise special guest we're going to announce here soon. This is another one of those things where you need to go to the box office. The online fees are out of this world, and we don't think anyone should have to pay for it. So go, I think it's Wednesday through Friday, downtown Cedar Rapids, outside the Doubletree Hotel. There's a box office there. They're open from 10 a.m. to like 6 p.m. Pull up there, walk in, order your tickets, 0 fees. It's incredible. There's a Kansas City show coming soon. We haven't been to Kansas City for more than a decade. We're going to announce that soon. That's coming in 2026. Also, they just announced as part of their opening thing, but we are making a debut in Milwaukee as well at this brand new venue called the Argo, August 8th. Long ways out, but they were making a big push as their venue has announced and opened to just show all this cool lineup of shows. So we are going to be there. Like I said, we got a lot coming up. It's virtually impossible for us to reach any of you guys on social media with the way it's set up. So just you watching this, just you listening to this podcast means the world. Text anybody you know that's in any of those towns and tell them where we're at. It's ticket sales are down like nationwide right now. The economy's rough. The industry's rough. And venues and bands are going to need your support, especially local. I mean, if you want to go see Morgan Wallen and spend $700 on a ticket, that's fine. I'd go too. But like these regional acts are really going to need your help to stay alive. These local bands, local venues are going to need your help to stay alive. So do what you can to spread the word for any of your favorite band shows, and make sure you're getting tickets. PorkTornadoes.com, party.com.com, spell out the first .com. And just come love on us, because when we get away, we're pretty tired. We've got screaming sick kids at home, and We're here to do a job, and we're here to play music as hard as we can for you, and then hopefully try to sleep for a couple hours and maybe slightly in peace and quiet before we get on the road and head back home to be family men. So we love seeing you guys. I hope you had a good Halloween. Hope you're ready for the holiday season. Hit us up with some questions. If you want to hear us in the next couple weeks have another podcast, let us know what you want to hear us talk about, and we will, okay? I think we're going to get out of here. Love you so much. Goodbye.